Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to BCB Live. Sir Rick, producer, Drive Safe Dave, coming to you from a Thursday morning, thankful Thursday, not just any Thursday, our favorite Thursday of the year this week.
Well, why is it the favorite Thursday of the year?
Thankful Thursday of only this week.
Oh.
Next week will be my next favorite Thursday.
Okay.
So, hey, but welcome to BCB Live. 5 days of accident-free driving, 20 days. We hit the big 2-0, a milestone, as Miss Christie will call it, day of getting out and look. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Exciting, lots of stuff going on. Big news yesterday, Drive Safe.
Absolutely big news. 46th president sworn in.
Dun, 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 dun,
And Kamala Harris, vice president. She is the...
They have music. Does the vice presidents have music?
I not
Same
really.
song?
Yeah, I think so. Hail to the chief. But she was the sworn in and became the highest ranking female ever in the American politics, and definitely notable. Definitely something that you want to remember. It is important and very, very nice.
In 15, 20 years, it will be on a Trivia Pursuit game.
It will be.
So remember that and just know that came from this guy right here. That's going to remind you to know that answer.
Some more trivia. Biden's the oldest president, 78 years old, to ever be sworn in as president.
78.
So, yeah. So
That's a lot. I'm not sure I want to work at 78.
And you know, that is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Yeah, it's not a.
It's not a. That is.
You go on vacation, hey, you get hammered because the president's out of vacation. The president's
hit the golf ball.
Yeah.
Why is he hitting a golf ball when there's world hunger?
But with age does come wisdom, and
yeah, he's been in politics for, oh my gosh, 40 years, 45 years as a senator from Delaware.
Drive Safe, we've talked about this before, but how much wiser are you today than you were, say, 1 year ago?
Wow, I'm not sure the 1 year quantifies much wiser, but I will say.
Are you any wiser?
Yeah, I would say yes, I am wiser. Each year comes its new things that you learn about yourself that you probably don't need to be doing anymore as you get older. Like, I don't need to be getting up on a ladder anymore. I don't need to be certain things that you just start to learn that I think that those come about with each year.
Yes, sir. And and I can attest to that. With age comes. I'll tell you what I've noticed, and I have golfed. I golfed a few times this year, and my balls,
What?
Golfing, when I hit the balls, it's just, I don't hit it that deep, I don't think. But I tell you, I have lost some power. And I'm not saying I'm golfing with the old man where they just kind of just lob
up
it
on the front.
It's not impressive.
I
don't know what happened. So
are you up on the front?
Yeah, it's just not good. It's not impressive, and I got to get better at that. Maybe it's the ball striking ability. I don't know.
So my stepdad, who was a scratch golfer for years, as he got older, he moved up, but his power wasn't, but his accuracy was still phenomenal. He could hit it just right where he wanted it.
So that's that next stage. I'm not there yet. Where, the old man golf where they hit it in the middle and just beat you anyway. Listen, I'm not hitting it deep, and it's not going in the middle either. So there's no impressive part to my golf game. It's unimpressive without a doubt. Hey, it's wintertime, though. I'm taking it off.
Yeah, you're relaxing. Yeah. You're taking this off season. It's your off season, right?
It is. Hey, we have an exciting little game today for all of us to enjoy and participate in. Hey, it's the game, and some may call it a reaction game, but I just think it's going to be the truth game. It's going to be a game that's going to tell us the truth inside of somebody's soul, inside of the heart today.
That it hurts? Is that the truth?
It's not a hurting game.
What?
It's not a hurting game. So I'll just kind of get you know. So we have a reaction game that we're going to play, and we're probably going to leave it here because I think we'll use this game to help solve disputes. As we go forward.
This is the dispute of truth.
Yes.
You would go to the dispute of truth. That
there
way
you go. I like that. Yes, the dispute. Today it's just a game, though.
Okay, today it's just a game. After this, if we disagree on something, this will tell us what the truth is.
So this little toy right here, okay, this little toy that you see right here.
Yeah.
Let me read something for you, though. It's kind of funny, amusing. I called it a toy. Warning.
Warning.
This product is not a toy. All right. And it goes on to say that, hey, if you have anything wrong with your heart, the shock that you may get,
depending on whether it's
for you. So I'm not sure how your heart is.
You shouldn't be using this if you have a pacemaker, is what it's basically saying.
I think that is what it's saying. So I will say this. So we played the game yesterday.
Yes.
We played it just to try it out. And it works.
It does work.
We took it out there and let Music Man Mike played it. Magic Matt played.
Shelly played.
Miss Shelly played it. HR. She played twice and lost twice.
Yeah.
And it was funny. But it's kind of that thing that it shocks you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, all right, let me play again. So we're going to bring in, I've already asked her, Miss Emily. Most of you don't know who Emily is.
Oh, yeah.
Emily new to our CSR team. So we're going to bring her in here. And I don't know, maybe we can get Big Blue in here as well.
Okay.
To get 4 of us in here on this. On the thing. And what happens is this little light goes and it makes these noise and it's red and it's what are we going to call it from now on?
The dispute of truth.
The dispute of truth will just go and it's red and then that sucker turns green and the first person to push it doesn't get shocked. I'm sorry, the last person, There you go. One game is the last person that pushes it gets shocked.
The other game, the extreme game.
Yes. And if you push it before it turns green,
you get
shocked as Music Man Mike found out yesterday.
Twice.
We were playing that yesterday. Yeah, Mike was, I can cheat the game. I'll just push it whenever.
He did it before.
Pushed it and
I was like, what happened? Because he pushed it, it went immediately green. And then Mike goes, ow!
The other game, pretty exciting. We haven't tried this one yet, but this is the first person that gets it, everybody else gets shocked.
Yeah. So everybody, not just one, but everybody.
Yeah. So this thing will be used to solve a lot of disputes.
And I'm telling you, the dispute of truth. I'm telling you, it gets you. It gets your attention.
You feel it.
Yeah,
you feel it, and you just don't know. Nobody ever wants to get shocked, right?
No.
It's like putting a battery on your tongue. Did you ever do that as a kid?
Yeah. Once, and it didn't do it again because I felt like it wasn't necessary to do that again.
That was like my way. Is this battery any good? Let me check. Let me test it out.
That's not the testing device. The tongue is not how you test a battery.
It worked.
Well, I guess it will work. I got a car battery outside, Rick. You want to? Let's test. I got some jumper cables. Let's check that out.
Oh, so fun games today. We're going to do that. And we want to kind of spice up that Thursday a little bit. Not because it's Thankful Thursday, but just because we're not saying the phrase it pays. So we have a minute or two. And, I just vision it like this. We've seen the slime game on Nickelodeon when you play a game and you just get slimed. That's kind of what I'm thinking, except I don't want to mess up the play. So we'll just try to hurt each other some form of manner right now.
So much better for the participant to get shocked. That is a form of torture, right? That is
therapy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they use it anymore, really.
Welcome to BCB. If you're new to BCB and you wonder
I think electroshock therapy has gone out with to the brain. I think they used to do that, but I do think they do stimulate. They do that for muscles. But is that what we're doing? We're doing some muscle control, repair.
I caught myself practicing last night because it's a reaction thing.
Oh, look.
I tell you, I'm ready to go.
I'm sure you are.
I'm ready to go. Hey, producers, let's see if we can get Miss Emily in here and let's get this rolling and maybe get see if Music Man Mike wants to come in. I don't know, Big Blue, if you're down there, you want to participate, come on in.
Mike's already walking this way.
For those of you, well, you know what? Drive safe. I'll get set up. Introduce her to the world.
Emily.
And let me tell you something. There are a lot of people. This is going across the nation today.
Oh, no.
I know.
Emily, you have been here for a short time, right? You got here, about, if I'm not mistaken, right in December?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You came in December and you've been here and you are with the, so tell us what you do.
I call drivers and ask them when they deliver, and
So you do a little track and tracing.
Yeah,
you
that's
do a
what
little
it's
track
called.
and tracing for the team and to find out what's going on, where the loads are, and when they'll be there, and basically stuff like that, and record that in the system so everybody's
Yeah.
updated, right?
All right, I thought she was going to tell us what she does. Sounds like you're telling us what she does.
Well,
you explain it better.
I was trying to be helpful. You know me. I was just trying to be. I couldn't shut up. That's probably my problem.
That's a better word right there. All right, so here we go. So,
Everybody grab a phone.
Music Man Mike, come on in over here. You can scoot on over here, Mike, by me. So what's going to happen, if you didn't hear, is first of all, we're going to turn it on. All right, we got the volume up loud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this button right here. Mm-hmm. Okay? And we have to wait until it turns green. When it turns green, you have to push the button.
Okay.
Don't push it too soon.
Don't push it too soon. And don't be the last one,
Okay.
or you'll pay consequences from what do we call this?
What did we call it?
Yeah, it's already been...
It's something of truth.
Yeah, something of truth.
Yeah.
And what it tries to do, I think, more is read our souls. Disputed truth. What it's really doing throughout this, it's reading our souls, and it's picking on the one who's got the bad soul, the bad heart. That's really what it's doing. Okay, so here we go.
Wait a minute. How
Hold
come?
on.
Wait. Yeah,
Hold on.
turn
Easy
everybody
cover.
on because Rick's not turning his on purpose.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Catch it. Mike, somebody didn't push the button.
I pushed it.
You got to keep it pushed.
Hold on to it.
You got to hold on. No cheating. You actually got to hold down the button. Here we go.
Oh my god.
You got to hold it down. You can't just push your hand up and get it up. Now,
Oh no.
go.
Ah!
He went too early. All right, come on, one more time. Listen, we can't go too early. So,
10 more times.
all right, one more time. As a matter of fact, let's do this. We're going to go with the quickest. Everybody else loses, okay?
Don't do it early, Emily.
Oh
I made that
gosh,
mistake
I'm
yesterday.
So stressed.
Ow! I did too early.
Too early. Come on. Let's go one more time. This it's only picking on the wheat. That's all it's doing. It's trying
This
to weed out
thing
the wheat.
sucks.
I think David wants to take my place.
All right, here we go.
Ready? Emily! It's exactly what he was wanting to happen. Welcome to the
Oh
club.
my gosh.
Once again, my heart is pure. Hey, thank y'all for participating. Hey, it is Thankful Thursday. We are at 5 days of driving safe, 20 days of getting out and look. We're at 1 day of somebody getting shocked.
We are, and I will be the one. Did you get shocked at all today?
I didn't. I'm telling you, the thing picks out the pure
Okay,
heart.
you know what? I'm gonna go take it home and practice just like you
I didn't
do.
take it home. I left it here. I'm saying I just practiced. You got to be quick.
Okay.
I'm not as old as you are. Okay. My reactions are still pretty good. Hey, let's face it. At the end of the day, you're looking at an athlete right here. All right? You're looking at an athlete. If you look in the mirror and if you look like this, you're on your way to amazing things. All right, enough of that. It is time for some safety. Mr. Krause, how are we doing?
Doing real good. I don't want to be a part of that though, but
We got to get a waiver in here for people to sign to.
I don't know.
Checklist.
Is this,
Just send it out in an email, and if you don't respond, you've agreed to that.
I'm a little nervous with this because we've got a new president, and I don't know if we're getting reprogrammed here or not.
Well,
Conspiracy theorists.
yep, there we go. Make sure you're reacting, kind of like the game we played right there. React. Imagine if you got shocked every time you got too close.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Are you installing that in the new trucks?
I think that would cause more accidents than it would fix.
Definitely don't want to do that.
Do we have
I
any
don't know about
questions
that.
out there? All right, we'll go to the next caller. Who else?
All right, Justin Hayes, what do you have for us this morning?
Yeah, with that following too close, slamming on brakes, you got to worry about your freight too, freight shift, like we've talked about before, protecting your equipment. But that driver who shot over 2 lanes, that's absolutely insane. We talk about four-wheelers doing it and being insane. That's even more insane in a truck. And if I'm not mistaken, don't you have to control every lane that you go into? Like if you go left, you have to control that lane before you make another lane change?
Absolutely right.
You are correct, sir.
All right, anybody else? Folks,
All right.
that's good. You know what? Sometimes a picture says it all.
Yep. Yes, it does. Yes, it
Picture
does.
says it all. Hey, listen.
All right.
Hey, thank you very much. Don't forget to get out and look. Don't forget to, as Drive Save Dave said, toot your own horn. You know, sometimes we don't like, but that's the time you toot your own horn when you're backing up.
You do. You always let people know you're fixing to hit the reverse.
Yes, sir. All right. We have a Dave. Let's get Miss HR on. Can you go ahead and get that introduction?
Ache ere.
Sir Rick's never wrong.
Okay, good
Good
stuff.
morning. How are y'all?
Doing great, Miss Christie. What's up with you?
Oh, just trying not to get electrocuted. that game was fun.
It's easy not to when you're not in the room with the machine.
She participated. Yeah, let me tell you, if you're going to play the game, we want to play with Shelly and Mike because they jump the gun every time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did you get shocked? Did you get shocked, Miss Christie?
I did not.
Oh, well, we got to get you in here. We got to get you in here. We got to get you. We got to get you
You want me to lose?
adjusted.
Okay, we'll see about that. Just want to remind everyone today that at 10 a.m. it will be the Lowdown with Shelly Brown. So please tune in to BCB Live, and she will have her HR segment today. If you are not able to catch it, the producer always does good about recording that and then getting it up on the podcast so you can listen to it later. But please tune in if you're available. And we have one birthday today for Miss Willa Rogers. Happy birthday.
All right. Happy birthday to you and many more.
And in case I haven't said it enough, please, please, please continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, and use that antibacterial. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Christine. Hey, just a quick update for everybody on what we're seeing right now with the economy. I know we have a driver coming in, right? Or we have a driver we're going to speak with. Let's go ahead and get that part ready as we get ready to do our interview for Thankful Thursday. But when we see the freight today on the outbound tender volume, the freight that's moving out across the country, here we are again. We're way up here, near that 13,700 mark. So we come off a holiday, okay? Every holiday, it doesn't matter. The volume goes back down. It does it every year. You can look at the last couple of years. It ticks down. It starts ticking back up again next week. The holiday was on a Monday. We had MLK. Now we have the shipments, the volumes that should move back up this upcoming Monday. However, I will say it already went up a little bit. Not very much, but it went up about 80, 90 shipments for that period. So good stuff is what we saw right there. If we look at where we are currently right now over the last 6 months, well, here we are again at 13,721. Significantly higher than we were last year and the year before. Both of them hanging out right there at 93.46. So volume is up. We like to see that side of it as well. We look at the reefers, okay? When we start pulling the reefer freight, and again, we're talking refrigerated freight, folks. Refrigerated freight. So no drinking and no reefers in the equipment either. But when we do talk about let's push it over here to the van. The reefer's knocking up there. When we look at the van freight again, when you saw the first one, that's all the freight that we have shipping out. This is our van freight that's moving out across the country. Way up here again. So again, we continue to see great freight moving across this country. It's one of those things that we want to continue to see. We look at the rejection freight, another tool that we use in what we do as a country. We look and measure the freight that's being rejected today. When we let's see if this thing will go. Yeah, it's just not gonna. There it goes. All right. So we have our outbound tender rejection. So across America, 21%, almost 22% of the freight is getting rejected out. So we have, again, an all-time high, higher than it's ever been before. How about that when you compare it to the same period, last 2, 3, or 4 years? More freight today than's ever been shipped out in the last 4 years. Same period, almost 22% of that freight's being rejected. We look at the reefer freight, okay, the refrigerated freight. Nearly 41% of that freight's being rejected. Wow. And the reefer tenders, I know you didn't see it on the slide before. Hey, listen, there's more reefer freight than there's been in the last 2 or 3 years as well. So the reefer freight's up here, rejections are up here, a lot of freight being rejected. We look at the dry van freight, 21% of that dry van freight's being rejected. So we see that kind of coming down a little bit, and we do expect that as we're still only in January. So as we get into February, March, again, we figured, we said earlier, we expect that to get to about 18, 19% on the rejection freight. It's dry van freight. and then we expect it to shoot back up at the end of March again. But it all depends on a couple of things: volume, the amount of drivers that are running today. Those are big players that go on in how we move the freight. So I wanted you to take a look at this. I hadn't shared that with you in a little while, but it's kind of saying the same thing. You know, the freight volumes are strong, the rejections are strong. You know, our customers are shipping out, and you'll hear it when we even pray for our customers. It's important that they continue to ship out. It's important that we buy product, okay? We've got to buy stuff for freight to move across. So America's got to continue to spend money. And again, it's all, and the biggest thing is that, man, if we shut down with COVID, this thing just goes crazy again, right? So that's the part that we just don't know. We can't really predict is what's going to happen with the COVID as it continues to, to hit all-time highs as far as deaths and everything, as deaths, and it's just bad. And even in China, again, it's hitting that place again. They're starting to shut down there. So COVID, no doubt about it, the biggest player in what's going to affect our market. So that's what I have. Drive safe, Dave. I know we have who we have on the show today.
We have Charlie Crawford that we're going to interview today.
All right.
Sorry, Charlie, you on?
Yes, sir. I'm here today. How y'all today?
What's going on, Charlie?
Oh, not much. Just sitting here waiting for this.
Are you? Where are you?
Nothing like losing money waiting on an interview, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Where are you at, Charlie?
Sir, I'm sorry. What?
Where are you at right now?
I'm sitting over in Bowie. I'm on my way down there to the yard to. I've got a beer load that I'm gonna be dropping over at the yard and then running down to Waxahachie to head back to Denver.
Okay, you're sitting at the Loves there in Bowie.
No, I'm actually sitting at the Armadillo Grill.
The Armadillo Grill. What is the specialty over there? I hope it's not armadillo.
Well, they used to have a really good restaurant in here. They changed hands over here, and it's not nearly as good as it used to be. But right inside the door there, they have a little, almost a deli grill, and boy, they make a really good hamburger in there. Good fries, reasonable price, can't beat it.
Man, that sounds good. That sounds really good. So, hey, Charlie, I appreciate it. The reason I talked to you a little bit yesterday when I called you, one of the reasons we wanted to do an interview with you is that you were driver of the month. I believe you were driver of the month for, was it November?
November, yes, sir. I got a call from Brandy. She put me in, which, by the way, talking about Brandy there, I've been on her board now for 7, 8, 9 months now, and you just couldn't ask for anybody better to work for. I just have a really great relationship with her. If I have a question, she gets an answer to me. If I have a problem, she gets it solved. Enjoy working with her.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Can we clone her?
I don't know that that's legal yet, sir. I'm not sure that that's legal
well,
yet.
Let's do it, and we'll worry about the rest later.
We'll worry about punishment later. So Charlie, the being driver of the month, and I know that we didn't talk to you back in November. I think we had a lot going on, but we didn't talk to you back in November. But driver of the month is a big deal for us. It's a big deal. Because we want to recognize somebody for their outstanding performance in what they do, not only in safety, but in their, communicating well with their driver manager and doing the things necessary overall to make it a great truck driver. And we want to make sure that we recognize those that are doing it. And I know from all of us, we want to say a big thank you in regards to being driver of the month, because it is a big deal. It's a big deal here at BCB, and we want you to think of it as a big deal, because here everybody in the company knows who's driver of the month. It goes out and we hear your name, but that's what the interview is here, is to give us an opportunity.
Let's get this interview going. I feel like we're interviewing you right now, Drive Safe. Right. Yes, come on, we got Mr. Trey. He's losing money. He's already told us.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go with some questions.
Charlie, where are you from?
I am from Tyler, over there. Yeah, obviously y'all know where that is. I left there pretty early, went into the military, and back in '74, and did my 20 there, and moved back to South Texas for a while. Love it down there, nice quiet area, and started my trucking career back in '95.
I see. What'd you do in the military? What was your job in the military? What branch of service, and what was your job?
I was in the Air Force. I always had a desire to work on aircraft. So I went to tech school went to basic down in San Antonio, then tech school over here in Wichita Falls. And I was a crew chief. I was an aircraft mechanic. Did that for, like I said, for 20 years.
Did you have a specific aircraft that you worked on over there that was your favorite? I mean, that you was your go-to or that your crew worked on mostly where you were stationed?
Well, we started out with training aircraft. Just they don't want to throw you into bigger aircraft or more complex aircraft right off the bat. But I started out with a little training aircraft, T-38s. They train they call it undergraduate pilot training. And that's what they start training the guys to become pilots. And I graduated from that to F4s, which some of the guys that old school guys remember an F4 and everything. We called it the lead sled. But anyway, we went on up and started working on F-16. Started with those when they first came out and spent the majority of my career working on F-16s.
Good aircraft. You know what? And by the way, thank you for your service. Wow, that in and of itself is awesome. Just to be around those aircrafts, to be around those people, and to do what you were doing, it's very impressive at the time. So when you left there, where all were you stationed in the Air Force? Because I think doing 20 years, you sure didn't sit in one spot very long.
No, we actually were stationed overseas for 12 out of 20, and couldn't ask for a better time, Uncle Sam's dime and all that. Got to see every NATO country when I was in Europe. I was over in Misawa, Japan. I was up in Alaska for a while. And I was even, if I'm correct, I was even in Rick's hometown out there at McConnell for about 6 months there in Wichita.
All right. Yes, sir.
So were you at Ramstein over in Europe? Were you in Ramstein?
I visited Ramstein. We were the first fighter wing to have the F-16s over in Europe. And I was single at the time, so I volunteered for every TDY I could. We were all over Europe, Middle East, just everywhere that everybody wanted to see the F-16. If our aircraft were going to be gone for 48 hours, they sent the crew chief with them. And like I said, I was single, so I would always had my hand up to go. And again, I got to see a lot of Europe, quite a bit of it.
Oh, that's interesting. We get a chance to sit down and talk. I sure would like to talk to you about Europe. And this was all back in the 80s, right?
Well, it was in the 70s, the 80s, and the early 90s. I was in the 90s when Desert Storm kicked off, Desert Shield, Desert Storm kicked off. We became a provisional wing for Colin Powell and General Schwarzkopf and all that. We moved two of our squadrons went to Incirlik, Turkey, and the other one went to Aviano, Italy. And I went down to Incirlik. We were flying out of there during Desert Storm.
Interesting, man. That's fascinating stuff. And I could sit here and talk about that forever. But I did want to just say, when you got out of the military, what drew you to trucking?
Well, I had a buddy of mine that when I'd come home on leave and everything, he was there in Tyler and he drove a truck, and we had been best friends for our entire lives. I guess we kind of grew up together, and he was a driver, and I'd go out with him. He did sort of a regional thing. He didn't go too far, but we'd go out to Shreveport or Texarkana or something like that. And I just always kind of enjoyed it. But that was back in a time when the early 90s and stuff. There was a little bit more brotherhood out here than there is now. The people, the drivers were, they would help each other out and, talk to each other on the radio, CB and all that. And everybody'd swap lies. And, you know how it was back then. And nowadays it's everybody's hooked up to their electronics and driving down the road, reading text and talking on the phone and that kind of stuff. You can drive mile after mile without ever hearing anybody talking on the radio. So, it's a little different now. And, I'm not going to say it's better or worse. It's just different now.
Yeah. Did you, what all have you run, Charlie? Basically, what have you all trucked? Flatbed, drive in? What all have you trucked?
I did probably 18 years of reefer. And I hate saying that because I hate reefer. I hate the trailers. But anyway, I did 18 years of that. And I came back from, I was working for a company out of Pennsylvania. And I came back to Texas back in, I think it was 2009, I believe it was. Went to work for Redden over there, the guys that y'all took over. I went to work for them, and I actually met you, Dave, way back when you guys first opened that building. I was driving for Redden, and we had a couple of trailers over there at that yard, and I came over there, and you were out there, and I met you. I don't know, you probably don't remember it, but I met you.
Came here after you met him. You know?
No, it's all good. It's all good. They're the people that work over there, the people I work for up there, the people that I work with. Couldn't ask for a better group. I mean, it took me a little while from moving over from Redden over to you guys, and I wasn't sure if I wanted, as y'all say, drink the Kool-Aid, but I guess I took a swallow of it because I enjoy working here. It's couldn't ask for a better bunch of people to work with, from the driver managers to the drivers I've met to the higher ups in there. You guys, y'all care. And that's unlike, I haven't driven for a lot of different companies since I started doing my driving career, but I always wanted to stick it out wherever I was till something forced me to leave. But anyway, I found a home. I don't have a whole lot of time left. I don't believe. I'll be 66 here in July, and it's time to stop and smell the roses for a while.
Do you? What do you? I'm just asking, Charlie. What is it you like to do on your off time? I know your truck was down. You were in Denver with your daughter, right? Is that right? You have family up there?
Yeah, my daughter lives up there in Denver. She actually she lives in Commerce City now. She was living over in Boulder, but as we're well aware that Boulder is one of the higher cost areas to live, and her rent kept going up and up and up, and so she moved over to Commerce City, which is better for me because I couldn't get a truck into Boulder, but I get a truck over there. She actually lives pretty close to where the Bimbo Foods is over there, so that works out pretty good.
Yeah,
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's her name and how'd she?
Cassandra is her name. Her first name is Cassandra, and she has lived over there now for, I'm going to say 8 or 9 years. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been. It's been a pretty good while, though. She loves it in Denver. Wants me to come up there when I retire. And I told her I'm a Texas boy, and I may come visit 3 or 4 times a year, but I'm not moving to Denver. I'm not a cold weather person.
Yeah.
Don't mind going up there to visit, but I'm not living there.
Hey, Charlie, I know you drive all the time, and I know you do that day in and day out, but is there anything that you can truly say that you do when you're not in the truck, that you like to do when you're not there, when you're not driving? What is it you like to do? What is it Charlie likes to do?
Well, when I'm spending my downtime, I'm usually there in Grand Prairie, and I have a friend of mine that owns a hotel over there, so I sort of live there. I don't have an actual, that's what's on my driver's license now, but I just help him out there. I like working with my hands, and he's always needing something done, and it works out for me because I'm staying there for free. So it's, I just help him out there, and he actually wants me to come manage the place when I retire, and I'm not sure I want to go into that either. So, but anyway, it's big sports guy. I like watching everything from rodeo to football. Been a Cowboys fan since '72, and the glory days and the bad days. I'm starting to swing into being a Chiefs fan, though. Old Mahomes he's from over there at the hometown and everything, and really root for that guy. Hated seeing him get hurt last week, and hope he plays this week. But I'm a big sports guy. I like watching that stuff. Like to get out and walk, and just on your downtime, you just like to relax, and that's basically it.
I believe that honestly when you say that you like working with your hands over there, being a aircraft mechanic for 20 years in the military. There's probably not anybody better, more skilled or knows how to pick up the right tool for the right job. I appreciate that. My grandfather was an aircraft mechanic for 35 years, so I respect what you do, and it is amazing. I was going to ask you. So you talk about BCB and you talk about it here. You know, we always like to ask what it is about the safety show do you like and the stuff like that, and what is it you get out of the safety aspect of the program? What is it you like most about the show? Because I think you're on the show every day, aren't you? Don't you listen just about every day, Charlie? I think I've seen your name just about every day.
I am on there just about every day. I enjoy now that you guys are in there and you're kicking it back and forth between y'all, I enjoy that. I like the banter y'all have between each other. It's usually pretty funny. I get a chuckle out of that.
Now we got a shock.
Now we have a device.
You'll really like that.
No, it's all good there. I like that. You guys, when y'all first started it, we weren't seeing y'all. We were just hearing you guys. I was thinking to myself, man, Rick really doesn't like this dude. He's just on his backside.
Yeah, you had it right. He really doesn't.
I said that. I've met your wife. I've seen your wife a few times there, Rick, and Miss Kendra's one of the nicest people I've ever met. I just and I said something to her one day. I said, man, does he really like him or what? She just said, yeah, they've known each other forever. They're just that way. So I just I thought that was pretty funny. But as far as what I like the most, I enjoy the weather portion of it. I do have a question for you guys, though. These videos that we see at the end of the segment every day, where do those come from? I mean, did drivers push those into you guys? I mean, I know some of them are because, they say they are, but just like the one today where the guy got brake checked by that other big truck, where did that come from? I mean, does the truck automatically send it to y'all or what?
Yes, sir. So a lot of times the drivers are going to hit their emergency key button, and we encourage that to everybody as well. Push that button if you see something weird, something that may happen. If you just saw something, it's a good thing to help protect you as well. But what the truck does, and we all have that forward-facing camera that's always looking out. When we have a hard brake, okay, when a brake occurs at say 12 miles an hour, I think it's 10 or 12 miles an hour at immediately like that, it signals that and it sends a recording back to us just to review and to make sure that, hey, everything's okay. And it also will do that on the following too close. That last alert when we're just right on somebody, when that truck is screaming at you. Beep, beep, yeah. Beep, no, it's beep, the even louder one than that. When it wants to shock you, that's when it's coming back and it's giving us 10 seconds of video behind you so we can see what happened on that. And that's where those videos come, or from a stability. So if you're turning a curve too fast and the truck just feels like it's not stable, and sometimes it happens when you're just making any kind of turn, we kind of throw those to the side. We have to look at every one of them though. But that's where the videos come from. They're automatically generated, and it's generated on the behavior that the computer senses that says, hey, look at these, and we are required to look at them.
Yeah, the truck itself, it goes through the ECM, and when the specific parameters are met within the ECM, whether it be a hard brake or whether it be a yaw or whether it be different things going on with the truck, it will just automatically record that and send that back, and it's 10-second delay, right? Yeah. So everything
it's going to Brandy, so it goes to Brandy and it goes to our safety folks only. Your stuff wouldn't go to anybody else, but it gives Brandy a chance to look at it, review the video first, and then give you a call and check on you, because she can see what happened. Hey, are you okay? It allows us to, sometimes to call people that are just, they're just getting tired. They don't realize it. And we can call them and we can get them to pull over, to the side of the road. So that's how that comes about.
Okay. I wasn't sure about that. I figured if you had a hard brake or something like that, it would kick off your camera. I just wondered if all that stuff was sent in by drivers. I was kind of curious why drivers would be ratting themselves out, but okay. I see where it comes from now.
Hey, Charlie, and I like to ask everybody during the interview at some point before we go, I always like to ask them, hey, if there was one thing about BCB that we could do better, just one thing to make it better for everybody.
You can't say more than one, so just think about it careful. You only get one thing.
Yeah, you only get one thing. We don't want the list. We want the one thing that you can do to help everybody or make it better for everybody. What would that be?
I'm not real sure. When I talked to you yesterday, I thought about that for a while yesterday afternoon, and even before this interview this morning, I thought about it. And there really isn't, you guys are doing a good job as far as running the company. I think on my part anyway, you're meeting the needs that I have. So I don't really have anything to say about it. It's good for me. I enjoy what I do. Like I said, I have a great working relationship with my DM, Brandy, and the people that I've talked to up there are all good. It's the drivers that I've talked to out here. I've met a couple. A couple of days ago up in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, there at the TA. We were parked next to each other. I believe it was a team, and they had their little dog Ruger with them. And I was sitting there talking to them, and so as far as that goes, there's not really anything I would change. I'm all good. I mean, other drivers out here may have other opinions of it. I'm not speaking for them. I'm just speaking for myself.
Oh, no, we get theirs, too. So, you're good, Charlie. We will get theirs. Hey, I do have a question for you because you brought something up. So you went from the Air Force into trucking. And what a big conversation that is today, even in our industry today, is giving the credit for the military folks to come in and begin trucking and use that experience in the past. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, you've served for 4 years, 8 years. You was 20. But those folks that are coming out 4 years with driving experience over the road, man, in an industry that needs more drivers, I mean, is there a better group of folks to pull from? My dad also retired Air Force, so I'm kind of partial to what you're saying, but is there a better group of folks to pull from than that military that are getting out?
No, I don't believe there would be. I think that, first of all, you've gone through, training, you're pretty disciplined. You are a lot more mature, say a kid that went into the military at 18 or 19 like I did. And 4 years later, my first hitch was for 4 years. And I know that I matured quite a bit. I mean, again, it was a different time and everything, but I grew up quite a bit in those 4 years. And after 20 years, I certainly was pretty disciplined on things. And I think that if you had a job fair, and you had a lot of people that had, come out of the military, whether it was retired or whether it was just did their 4 years and decided to get out, that wouldn't be a better group of people. There wouldn't be a better group of people to try to draw from because they've had discipline instilled in them. They probably have a sense of self-worth.
Purpose.
They're more mature than the average 24-year-old or 23-year-old or whatever. I think it's 23 that you could get a CDL and drive interstate, but you wouldn't find a better group of people. I just don't believe you would.
Well, good stuff, man. I do. Hey, Charlie, number one, I agree with Dave. Hey, we appreciate your service, your sacrifice that you've made for this country. Honored to have folks like you work at this company. It means a lot, means the world to me, to my family, to everybody here at BCB. Hey, we thank you for your service to our country. We thank you for being part of BCB. You're a blessing. Congrats on the Driver of the Month. It really is. It's a big deal that we look at, and a lot of thought processes go into picking that person. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate it from you guys. I know that I don't know exactly how many drivers we have now, but it's an honor to be chosen to be the Driver of the Month. I know that there's a lot more people out there as deserving or more deserving than I am, and I thank Brandy for submitting me. I thank you guys for choosing me. Like I said, there's a lot more deserving people out there than me, but I'm going to go back now after this interview and be low key again. You won't hear from me. You don't ever hardly see me. So I just go back to driving my truck. Okay.
Hey, I appreciate that, Charlie. And you know what? When we get a chance and we rebroadcast this, we do these things. I just want everybody to remember: if you see Charlie out there, if you have an opportunity to bump elbows or punch fists or whatever with Charlie, make sure that you introduce yourself. Great guy, great opportunity to do that, and part of the family. So thanks, Charlie. We appreciate you, man. Be careful, be safe, and drive careful out there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Y'all take care of yourselves.
All right. Thank you for that very much. Hey, Drive Safe, you want to start us, get prayer in real quick?
Absolutely. Dear Heavenly Father, we humbly gather before you today to ask so many things from you. We offer up praises to you, but we also ask that you give us the strength to go out and do what needs to be done today like no more. We also ask, Father, that you give us the ability to make these things happen in your name, that we go out and we find a way to do your will in today's world. And with that, we ask that you give us the ability to be safe, to be encouraged,
Amen. Drive safe, Dave. Hey, great prayer. Thank you for what you do. Hey, great interview as well. Thankful Thursday. We're so thankful for what each and every one of you do. Hey, we have this plaque, and it was requested that we read it again today. Hey, what I'm getting ready to read is the Thankful Thursday Award that was given, about the week before I went in for surgery for my left knee. I remember that time. I don't know when
we didn't think you were coming back.
I know, right? Let's get it to him before, in case he doesn't come back.
we thought maybe you weren't coming back. So the drivers actually did this.
So yes, it came from you, our drivers, and it came to us, and it's titled to Rick, Brian, and the BCB support family. And that's all of us, okay? That's all of you as well, because we're all supporting one another. So I love this. I'm going to read it real quick. On this Thankful Thursday, your entire driving force wanted to take a moment to give back to you. As we look back at this moment in history of both our country and our company, we acknowledge and thank you for your sincere effort and leadership during this crisis. You have led us through prayer and unwavering faith in God and in our people. The goals and path that you set forth and the examples you put in place forward, towards reaching those goals did not go unrecognized by your people. When many without work, while many were without work, you were plotting a course to make it through. You have led this company to become safer and stronger than ever before. You believed in your people and stuck with us, and we have stuck with you because that is what family does. Family is more than blood. They are those who you turn to and lean on, the ones you can rely on when the circumstances are extenuating. Family does not abandon each other. Rather, they uplift you and support you through the good, bad, and uncertain times. Family ultimately perseveres together, and that is what we have done. From our hearts, please accept our sincere gratitude, appreciation, and love, your loyal drivers of the COVID-19 pandemic. BCB strong, BCB proud. Listen, I couldn't, again, I'm as honored as could be to have received this, and we keep it up here on the wall to look at. It really is an honor for us here as owners, as your support staff, to receive this from you. And you talk about, and it reads it, that family doesn't abandon one another. And I can't agree anymore. As we move towards 2021, one of our goals is a huge reduction in turnover. And turnover is drivers that are quitting. We don't want you to quit. We need you here. We need you to stick it through. We need to get better together. We've got to make better choices out there on the highway, and we got to make better decisions inside our office. It is a we thing. It's a family thing. And the only way we get better is together. It's going to take you and it's going to take us working together to make this all that it can be. You've got to do your part on the road. You got to stay safe, accident free. Get out and look. We've got to do the same thing. Look at our rates, review our decisions. Make sure that we're bringing in the most money into this company. Make sure that we're taking care of you. This year here, 2021, we spoke about it, is the year that we've got to get back to BCB Transport. We want BCB Transport to do so much more, but this is the year by design that we have got to give back, not more time, not giving back money, making better decisions that we don't have to spend that additional money on, making better decisions to allow us to be more successful. You want us to be the most successful trucking company. You want us making a lot of money because that's how we can give back. This year, 2021, is the year that we have to pull it together. And we got to change some of our habits. We can't bring alcohol into that tractor. We got to recognize when we're following too close and back it off. We've got to do pre-trips, post-trips. Again, we got to continue to do, but you are the ones that have to do that. We got to hold accountability to people. This is a us thing. 2021 will be the greatest year that we've ever had, but it will require you, me, all of us to do our part. We're thankful. We're lucky to be to have gone through all this pandemic. Okay, it's been a strain on all of us. We're so thankful that you did it. We're so thankful that you continue to practice, washing the hands, wearing the masks. It's important. Don't let loose. Don't forget about it. Don't relax that. It's not time. Stay healthy. Listen, people are dying from COVID. It's a fact. Many of you have lost family, friends. We've done the same thing here. We have to do our part. Stay safe on the road in everything you do. That's what this company's about. God bless each and every one of you. We're excited for this year, and we're still in January. You can still make a change. You can still do something different this year. It's not too late. It's just the beginning. Make that decision to be the safest driver. And if you're listening, if you're inside this office, make that difference to take care, to find another way, a better way to take care of our drivers out there on the road. Find a way to not let them quit. Find a way. Make it happen. Only you can do it. God bless y'all. Be safe. We'll see you this afternoon.
Drop the mic.